Welcome, Wanderers, to Told You What Colors. My name is Jennifer, and today I am going to be sharing with you my December 2025 coloring plans, the last month of the year. And it's such a busy time of year that I know I won't get to a lot of coloring. So I have come up with an idea for myself to go back to where it all began, because December was the first month that I started coloring in 2024. And I decided to pick out some of my first coloring books that I got in December last year and to come back to them and color them again this year. So it made my plans easy and light and nostalgic in a way, because these were my first couple coloring books that I ever got. And I'd love to just come back into them, and because there's only 5, it'll be easier for my mind to think you only have 5 books. You only have to do 5 pages in each of the books, and that's it, because I don't want to put any pressure on myself. So these are the 5 that I picked. Magical World by Johanna Basford was the very first book that I got for adult coloring. And then these aren't necessarily the next 4 that I got after it, but these are some of the books that I got in the very beginning. So these are the ones that I'm really excited to color in. So I'm going to start with Magical Worlds, actually, because I do want to do a hashtag for this. I think it would be really cool to have an annual hashtag regarding your very first coloring book. So this is mine. I'm going to be coloring it in December and maybe January too. And I'm going to make it a January hashtag, but I'm going to start it in December. So you can start it in December if you want, but I recognize that a lot of people are seasonal colorists. They want to get their Christmas coloring in. They already have their plans done at this point. So that's why I'm stretching it into January too. December's when I started coloring, so that's when I'm going to do mine. And the hashtag that I'm creating is hashtag Memory Lane Coloring Resolution 26 for 2026. So if you can't get to your very first coloring book, all it is to color in your very first coloring book that you ever got. I loved watching all the coloring confession tags that was going around, and the very first question was, what is the oldest book in your collection? So that is the book that you would be coloring. So a lot of people have changed their coloring habits, changed their coloring ways, and their first book in their collection is somewhat neglected just because of how their tastes changed throughout their coloring journey. But maybe this will help them get back into a book that they loved once before and get another page colored in it, because I'm sure a lot of us are kind of a little upset that our books have gone neglected from where we started. So I just wanted to put that hashtag out there. It works for December if you have time to do it in December, but mainly for January. So it's out there. Prepare yourself. So my book, Johanna Basford, Magical Worlds, I have several whips in here that I would like to get completed. And I think I tagged mainly all whips, I believe. When I first started coloring, actually, I flipped through this entire book in complete awe. And when I got to the very end of the book, I couldn't help myself and I just had to color. So this was the very first page that I colored on my coloring journey, and then I flipped all the way to the front and I colored this page and then these 2 pages in the front too. So I absolutely just adored this book. And then I started to color the introduction page, and I just finished because it was just so much and I couldn't help myself, and I wanted to get in the book. I wanted to stop coloring these front pages because I just wanted to color a whole page in the book. So I might actually come back to this to get this colored up. I think that would be really fun to do. I'm obsessing with double page spreads right now. So I have a couple of them tagged. We'll see what happens. Like I said, busy month and I don't want to stress myself, but I feel like I can do a double page spread easily now because my plans are so light. And I'd like to take tips from myself now into 2026. Just keep plans light. But it's so hard because there are so many amazing things to color. So here's another whip that I have. This was supposed to be a buddy color and we both abandoned our pages. But I have a really awesome idea for this. I've had the pencil palette for this in a little case for almost a year now. I think this was a February buddy color. And they've just been sitting in a little pencil case for almost a year now. And I would just love to get this finished up and put my pencils back. The idea that I have for this page, I haven't seen anybody do it yet, I don't think. But this just makes me think of Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory. And I know at the end of maybe both of them, I don't remember. I'm used to the older Charlie in the Chocolate Factory or Willy Wonka. I don't know. They're both different movies. But the Johnny Depp one I know has the old broken down shack house inside of the Willy Wonka land. And that's how I picture this. I picture this as a window from the front door of the house looking into the Willy Wonka factory. So I want to do like wood door panels in the background here to make it look like you're looking out of a window into the Willy Wonka land. And I think that would be so fun. So that's my idea. So I'd love to get that finished up. And then this one here is another whip that I have. This I started when Jess from Coloring Bumblebee started doing her color along in this book. And I was like, yes, that's so awesome. I have this book. I love that page. I want to do it. And this is as far as I got. I was working with Prismacolors here. I was working with my Crayola colored pencils here. So I'm doing this all in Crayola colored pencils. This one's Prismacolor, and I do have these 2 color cube cards picked out for the color scheme on that page. Trying not to get the sun in there. I don't normally record during the day, so it's very nice to see the sun, but it's ruining my video. And then this palette I picked out for this page. I don't think I'm going to get to this page. I really want to finish my whips in this book. But it would be nice to also put my palettes away. These have been sitting out for forever, it feels. I think at least summertime. Maybe it was March or April, May. Maybe it was even May that I had these pulled out. So it's been a while, but I did pick this palette for this page. But we'll see if I get to that. And then the next one, what do I have here? Oh, I just adore this fox. I would really love to come in and color him. I think this would be excellent mindless coloring to maybe get some just water-based markers or gel pens and color this in, and then color the fox real nice and give him like a glowing background. Yeah, so I did flag this one because every time I see somebody color this, I'm like, I want to color that page. It just looks so mindless to me, and it is stunning. And then this here is another whip that I started. I think I started this in December or January. Oh, January. I even dated it. So started January 13th. Yeah, and now it's December. So it'd be nice to come in and finish that one up. So those are the ones that I have flagged for, oh, did I take one out? Yes, I did. For December. So we'll see what I get to. Obviously, I'm not going to get all of them done. It would be nice, but those are my ideas. Next up, I pulled A Million Unicorns. I have been coming back to this book several months throughout the year of 2025. My very first page was this one. I know I colored it in February because it was in the shape of a heart. And it was so fun to color, and this was my very first Lulu Mayo book, so I did come back in here several times throughout the year, and it's just been one of my favorite books to come in and color. Even though it's not my favorite Lulu Mayo book, it just makes me happy to be in here. And maybe because it is my first, this was done in Crayola colored pencils. And actually, the Willy Wonka page that I want to do in Magical Worlds by Johanna Basford, this is the exact color palette that I'm using for that page. So I did this page and I love this palette so much. I actually did another page, finished that up with the same exact pencils, and then started the candy page in Magical Worlds with the same exact pencils because I just love how they look together. So these are the colors that I'll be using for that Magical Worlds page. But yeah, so I don't exactly have a set plan. I did tag some pages, but I really want December just to be a month where I flip through my books and color whatever I want. But I did flag this one here, another double page spread, but it's got the penguins. And I know Jamie from Finding Joy in Color has her Wild Year of Color animal picked for December is penguins. So this would be really sweet to do, especially since I'm itching to do double pages. That would be really nice. I did start this whip, I think it was in April or May. So it would be nice to come back in here and do this. This is Inktense pencils and I still haven't activated them. So I want to come back and activate those and just finish up the page. This one would be so quick and easy, so I bet I'll be able to get that one done. And even the polar bears over here, this is so sweet and it's good for like wintertime. I can see like stickles, like frosty sparkle things everywhere. That would be so nice. Maybe like Christmas trees down here. So that would be a really awesome page to do. This guy, I always look at this guy and want to color him. Oh, and it does have the penguins. Possibilities are endless, and I'm not going to stay strict on seasonal pages for winter. I did pick some, but if I feel like coloring something with a whole bunch of flowers, that's what I'm gonna do, because that's what I want to color, what I feel like coloring in December. So then we have this penguin double page spread. That's super cute. Can easily come in here and color these up. That's what I love about Lulu Mayo. They're really quick and easy once you have like a palette. I feel once you have a palette down, it just goes so fast. These pages are so small and the illustrations are so cute. I'm really sorry about that sunlight. The illustrations are just so cute and so quick and easy to get in and just do a page. I did this one. This was with Crayola colored pencils. And this one I did for Space Timber. I loved doing this page. It was so fun. My toothpaste unicorns. If you don't know, you got to check out my September completed pages. And then this one here. This is when I did Inktense for the first time. For the background sky, I did my metallic watercolor paints. I did stickles. I did my polychromos. I just had a blast on that page there, and then the last two pages, which would be really fun to get done because then I'd have these two pages done, this one and this, and it's always fun to have like a clump of pages done in a row. So I'm very excited to get in this book. And then next up, 50 Winter Miniatures. I did my very first Chameleon Angel Cova page ever in this book, and I'd love to get back into it for December. This was my very first Chameleon Angel Cova page, and I love it. It's so sweet. And then one of my favorite pages ever that I've done was this one, which is a video up on my channel of how I attempted to do bokeh effect for the first time. And this just holds a very special place in my heart. It was a struggle for sure. I was struggling throughout the whole entire video. But I love it. So labor of love. It's not even perfect. I don't even really like it, but I love it. You know what I mean? And then I came in here to do these penguins, colored them up, and then I did the beaks, and then I dropped my marker and I was done. I closed the book. And I was like, that's so frustrating. Sorry. And then Gnomes in the Neighborhood is up next. I love the Denise Clett books. I have Gnomes in the Neighborhood and Birds in the Forest. I have those two, and I just think they're so sweet. So I picked the first page in the winter section, but I don't know which page I'm going to do yet. They're all very cute. So I'm most likely going to do a page in the winter section, but honestly, if another page is calling me more in like the spring section, I'm just going to color it because that's what I want to do. But these are the winter pages, and they're so sweet, them ice skating, and with a bunch of blankets. There's a pig in this one. I love the pigs. And then this one here, I think I'm more drawn to this one. I love coloring houses. So maybe that one. Them with another snowman. I love like the gnome aspect of the snowman. It's so sweet. And then I think that might be it for winter. So I'm just gonna have a flip through the book when I get to it and see which page calls to me the most. But this is the winter section, and I'm thinking probably that house was the one that I was most drawn to. Where's it at? This one here. I'm really sorry about the sun. Here. This one. It's really sweet. So yeah, we'll see what happens, but definitely a page in this book here. And then the last one I picked out was Circle of Life. This one was so fun to get. This was, I think, one of the like second or third books to come in for me, and I adored it. I did this page right away when it came in. And then I skipped this double page. I went over here. I did these. This is my profile picture on my Instagram and my YouTube, if you recognize that. So this is like one of the first things that I colored. Took a picture of it. I was so proud of this like little hot air balloon setup. I was like, that's gonna be my picture. And then I came over here and I did this one, and I tried getting this double page done in the front, and I have not touched it in so long. I did this over the course of like 3 months, and then I just stopped completely. So hoping to get in and getting that done. And then I picked a couple more pages because of the penguins. So this has penguins down here. Might color that, I don't know. This one here, it's got the penguins, and I love this sky and the lighthouse, so I definitely would love to come in and color this one for sure. And I'm obsessed with these jellyfish over here with the flowers. I would love to color this one too. I've been eyeing this one up for forever, and I really want to color it. So maybe that one. Like I said, double page spread fanatic here. So it would be really neat to be able to come in and at least start it and have no expectation of finishing it. But at least if I could start it, I would love to do that. So pick something, like even just this moth. If I colored that, I would be happy. You know, I would love to at least complete an element. So if I started on this type of flower, I'd like to color all the types of flowers that color, so that I don't have to keep my colors that I use, because I don't enjoy doing that. So at least if I start an element, I would want to finish an element and then move on if I don't complete the whole thing. But this is just beautiful. So is this one. Same idea. If I start a lily pad, I would want to color all the lily pads maybe and move on. Or if I start a fish, color all the fish, move on. If I start the water, finish the water. Something like that, you know? So it would just really be nice if I could color the whole thing though. Look at this turtle. He's so sweet. And this turtle, any more turtles? A bunch of frogs. There are frogs everywhere. But yeah, that would be awesome. And then I saw this snowflake in the back here. So that one. Oh, I'm taking my tags out again. Leave that in. So yeah, that would be really quick and easy to get done for winter too. So I'm thinking definitely for sure 100% it would be, oh, that's one page that I got done in here. That's the only one that I got done in the book. But where is it? Definitely for sure this and maybe this. Like these 2 pages I would love to get done. And then the whip in the front. So this and these, because I adore this page. That's the thing about coloring though that I don't like. Coloring your favorite pages and then they're done. and then, I don't know, and then you don't have a favorite page anymore. You just had to pick another favorite page. But that's it. Very light. If I color at least one page in each of the books, then I can grab another book off my shelf and color in it. I'm not going to limit myself to just these 5, but definitely these 5 I really want to focus on. And in my mind, it will make me feel like I'm not stressing to get things done. I don't have any buddy colors planned. I do have one buddy color that was started in November into December that I'm definitely not going to finish by the end of November. So I'm still working on that. It's in Symphony of Cute Animals. So that's another one that I'll be doing, but it'll be a quick finish. But yeah, very light and very simple for this very crazy time of year. Yeah, I'm really excited to keep a light plan for this month. So it'll be very nice. It was crazy for September. It was crazy for October and crazy for November. So this just makes me feel like it'll be nice and easy. So, all right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you're interested in doing the hashtag that I created, the Memory Lane Coloring Resolution 26. And if you're interested in coloring in your very first coloring book, or at least the oldest book in your collection. If you're intrigued to do that for December or January, either month works. I'd be excited to hear what book that would be for you and if you're excited to do that. But thanks again. I hope you all have a great and colorful day. Bye.